I'm Peter Jolly, Director of Drama at Dulwich College, and I'm standing in the lower hall in front of the Treasury chest owned by Edward Alleyn. He probably owned it before he started to plan his foundation. If you look at it, it's 4 feet long, made of oak, bounded with 3 iron bands and studded all over with iron nails. On the top, you can see that in nails is written, "This is the Treasury chest of God's Gift College, 1616. College is really squished into the space allowed for it. It is in part a safe and in part a time capsule. Inside the chest, Edward Alleyn put all the most important documents he had and protected it by 3 locks that you can see at the front. One of the locks, the key to the locks, was owned by Edward Alleyn himself. The second lock was owned, or rather in the possession, of the churchwarden of St Saviour's. Of course, both Philip Henslowe and Edward Alleyn were churchwardens of St Saviour's, now Southwark Cathedral. And the third was held by the churchwarden of St Botolph's, the church where Edward Alleyn was christened himself. Obviously, all 3 people had to get together to open the chest. The chest itself was kept down in the chapel in the village, in the yellow Treasury room, itself protected by 3 locks. Every year, these people got together, opened the chest, and did an audit of what was inside. There was Edward Alleyn's diary, which was started in 1617, but also the land holdings, muniments, and other contracts. But the drama interest comes in by the theatrical archive. It's really Edward Alleyn's own archive, and there were play scripts, account books for the Rose Theatre, contracts, letters of engagement, and so on and so forth. In fact, this collection is the most important assembly of Elizabethan theatre documents that there is in the world. They're now held in the archive of the college, but you can see them very clearly in the digitisation project that was carried out a few years ago between Dulwich, University of Reading, King's College and the University of London. They are available on the web at henslow-alleyn.org.uk, and there are essays in there that explain some of the documentation. Edward Alleyn had vast land interests, particularly when he died in 1626. The Dulwich estate was over 1,100 acres, stretching from Crystal Palace in the south, Sydenham Hill, Denmark Hill in the north, and Tulse Hill to the west. It was a vast estate, and he had land interests in Ashdown Forest and in Yorkshire. In fact, he was on his way to his Yorkshire estate in 1626 when he caught a chill and died. The chest that we've been looking at has stood in the lower hall since 1870, when the college moved to its present site. Now, throughout those years, it's been subject to the rough and tumble of of boys and indeed staff, although it's more protected now. When I first saw inside the chest in about 1990, I think it must have been, when we opened it up, we got all 3 keys together and we opened it up, and it was full of Wrigley's chewing gum wrappers, Bazooka Joe wrappers from the 1970s, I think it was, and anything that a small child could slip through the gaps between the planking.